Good morning, it's Race Shop Saturday. But before we get to the race shop, we gotta make a quick pit stop. Anybody taking any bets? Good afternoon, everyone. It's Saturday afternoon. This is Mike Solomon here with Jeff Abold at the Abold Race Shop. As you can see, burgundy bullets coming together nicely. The shocks and springs are in, the fuel cells. A lot of things have got together, along with a lot of work on the new car. Jeff's going to answer a few questions here after a long day of work. First one came from Hall of Famer Paulie Canzone from Oswego, New York. And Paul asks, when reassembling the car, do you remember how the parts are oriented and how everything goes back together? And is it done by memory, video, notes, or pictures? And I think we could both answer that, but go ahead with yours, Jeff.
Yeah, it was an interesting question saw during the week there, so I appreciate that from Paul, and he's been around racing long enough too, so it's I'm sure it's an interesting one to see. But just a little bit of background. We're with A&P Automotive, we're a mechanic family, so this kind of goes hand in hand with what we do and everything. So peeling something apart, you always have to remember how to put it back together, because it's just as important as finding the issue and doing that. So whenever we're doing something week to week, we try to do it in small sections so you can kind of put everything, lay everything out, put it back together, do that. When you have an off season like this and you're kind of pulling everything apart in one shot, especially to paint the frame or do anything, then it gets a little bit more complicated. But the style that I've done is when I take piece by piece and go through, I take a lot of pictures. So I've got a long camera roll of everything that I take apart when it comes to, the rear end, some spacers, nuts and bolts, things like that. The other thing that we do, and we've always been very adamant about, is I have a little catalog. Every time I pull something apart, cheap little Ziploc baggie, label it. For instance, front bumper bolts. So they're categorized, they're cleaned up before they go in the bag. Keep them that way. If I'm going to replace them, then at least I have them handy, can go find the right lengths and everything. But so we go right through, and every single part and piece that comes off the car is in a bag in there, so I know where to find them. And unless I happen to not put them in a bag and do that, then I have to go searching for them and everything. But we're pretty good about it to leave it there. So a little bit of A, B, and C, where some of it's memory, some of it's, like I said, pictures, video, and then just literal Ziploc bags and labels is how we get it done.
Yeah, I can answer for myself. If we rolled our Graves car in from 1995, I would know where every nut, bolt, spring, shock, everything, spacer went. This car, now that I'm in my 60s, I have to rely on videos, pictures, notes, everything like that. So I think that's all birthday related. But thanks for your question, Paul. That was great. Mark Seiler of Michigan, great fan of ours. Are you running the Great Lakes Classic at Berlin Raceway in 2026?
Yeah, that's the plan right now. We're we kind of talked about before a little bit. We're putting our schedule together right now. We are currently just signed up and registered as a commitment car to Oswego Speedway, and then we'll be figuring out, what ISMA races we can run. And obviously, I think our first couple races anyway would end up being ISMA races if we go. Hopefully, running Flamborough is the plan, and then Oswego. So, yeah, definitely that is one that's on our schedule, and hopefully we'll have an official schedule released here soon. So I might do a little video or something on that based on it soon. But Great Lakes Classic at Berlin will definitely be a big, bold circle down there. So we'll be there.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Jeff Striegel. Sorry, Jeff Striegel and his wife and his staff there. They're just tremendous last year when we went there, and really looking forward to that one. And then the last one, Bob Andrews of Mexico. The tail wing that you guys run is different style than any other car. Why do you guys run that design?
Yeah, this all started when with the rule change of the tail wing change in 2019, and everybody was going to have their own style how they were doing it, and Dad and I kind of went back and forth, and we're figuring out how we wanted to do it. What first and foremost, with the spec wing profile of the wing that we all have to run and everything, how can we give it a little more style, make it a little more artisanal, I guess, if you want to put it, things like that, and hopefully come up with something different. But not knowing how everybody else was going to build theirs, so it's very interesting to see how each car came out, each different chassis, and everybody had their own spin on it. And at that time, we could run different sideboards with different shapes, so we had a little bit of variation on there and everything. Since then, the rule has changed where we all have to run the same size sideboard and flat sideboard. So yeah, just kind of what it came down to. We just wanted something that was probably going to be different than how everybody else did it. There's a little bit to it that we think works as far as performance and everything with it, just trying to get some clean air to the tail wing, but a lot of it's just trying to make it look cool, and these are super modifieds, and that's what we, at the end of the day, want them to be fast and awesome. We also want them to look cool, so a little bit why we did it that way too.
My thought was it just looks bitchin'.
Yeah, there you go.
So we're going to end there. We're going to get back to work here. So we'll be back next week. We'll be doing a few different tech videos along the way in the next few weeks. Hopefully, as soon as the new car is ready, we'll definitely do a debut on that. Until that, we're going to keep her under wraps. Pat's working in the other room, working hard and on that. So everybody enjoy your Saturday, and thanks for watching.
Thank you.